Hey there, so we've got this question about how do we query and get the list of all the columns that are available on a particular table within ServiceNow. It's actually relatively simple. There's a great REST API Explorer that I'll be showing you that will actually build the query for you. But one of the things I wanted to get through and talk about quickly is just exactly how ServiceNow builds out their tables and what the architecture and structure looks like. So what I pulled up here is the question in the forum is asking about the incident table, so I'm going to use that as the example. And as I look at incident, and you can pull this up in your instance as well by going to tables in the left nav bar and pulling up incident, excuse me. And what I've done is I've actually added another column into this. By clicking this gear, you can add table. And what you'll see is on this incident table is a number of fields, but if we scroll down, we can see that there's a number of them that are also on the task table. And the reason for this is the incident table actually extends from a base table in ServiceNow called task. Now, all tasks in ServiceNow, whether they're incidents, problems, changes, actually extend from this base task table. And so anytime that a table extends from another in ServiceNow, they're going to inherit the fields for the table that they extend from. So that's why incident also is going to have all of the fields that are on the task table. So how do we get these with an arrest call? Now, the first thing that I do typically is to open up the table that I want to be querying, and I create the query using the query builder within ServiceNow. And so by pulling this, what we're looking for is to query both the incident and the task table. Now, there's multiple ways of doing this. I'm going to use an or. We could do is one of and give both names, but I'm going to just do it this way for simplicity. So we're saying the table is going to be incident or the table is task. Now, if I run this, it's going to give me the same results that we've seen on the incident table. And what I'm going to get from this view, though, if I right click, I can copy the query. Now, this query is the query, the embedded query that we're going to use in the REST API Explorer. So ServiceNow, as I mentioned, has a REST API Explorer. You can get to that literally by typing in REST API, and it'll give you the API Explorer. And what we're going to be doing is querying. We're going to do a get from ServiceNow, and we're going to leave these as defaults for right now because we're just querying the standard tables. And what we're looking for is the dictionary. And as I click on that, now what the query that I had just copied, I'm going to paste into the sysparm query. And that's going to give me that information. Now, the other component that we're going to want is per the question in the community here is they wanted the list of the column names. So we're going to be giving a sysparm field in this. So if we do this, it's going to be column name. So we find that it's unfortunately these aren't in alphabetical order, but we've got column label here, not the column name, but the label. And so the column name is actually like the dictionary name, and then the label is what the end user sees when they're looking at it. And what I like to do for testing is this is always going to default to 1, but this one here I like to put to 10 when I'm querying the dictionary, and I'll show you why in just one moment. And from this point, we can leave everything just the way it is. And if I click send on this, it's actually going to send a query to ServiceNow using my credentials. And as an admin, I'm able to get this information. So it did return 10 results. The reason why I choose 10 instead of 1 is the first one is a column that always is blank on label. And so we're going to see all these other names that are here. So we know that the query was successful and it was restricted to 10. And what we can get from this now is the actual query. And this is what I pasted in to the post here in the community is this link right here. So if I copy this, Now I can paste that, and you can really leverage that. This is the web service call. All you would want to do is remove that sysparm limit, and that really shows you how you can build these API calls into ServiceNow. And other things that you can do looking at this REST API Explorer is if you're using other tools, like you're trying to write a PowerShell script, this will actually give you some good examples of how you would format that PowerShell, and you can copy that. You can also look at Perl. It gives examples of Perl and JavaScript, Ruby, Python, curl, and of course regular ServiceNow scripting as well. So hopefully you find that helpful, and feel free, if there's more questions about this, post them on here and I'll get back to you. Thanks, bye.